I killed 17 succulents before I learned this. Now I have over 200 healthy plants, and today I'm sharing the 15 secrets that changed everything. If you've ever watched a succulent turn to mush, shrivel up, or just slowly fade away despite your best efforts, this video will save you so much money and heartbreak. Let's dive in. Hey plant friends! Today we're covering the 15 most crucial succulent care tips that beginners absolutely need to know. These aren't just basic tips. These are the game changers that separate succulent success from succulent failure. I wish someone had told me these when I started out. Stick around until the end because tip number 13 is the one mistake that kills more succulents than anything else, and it's completely preventable. Let's get started. Tip 1. The watering rule. First up, watering. Here's the golden rule. When in doubt, don't water. Seriously. More succulents die from overwatering than anything else. But here's what nobody tells you. It's not just about watering less. It's about watering deeply, but infrequently. When you do water, drench the soil completely until water flows out the drainage holes. Then, and this is critical, wait until the soil is bone dry, and the leaves start looking slightly wrinkled or feel less firm before watering again. This could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a month depending on your climate. Think of it this way. In their natural habitat, succulents experience drought, then heavy rain, then drought again. We're mimicking that cycle. A little sprinkle every few days? That's the kiss of death. Tip 2. Drainage is non-negotiable. Tip number 2. Drainage holes aren't optional. They're essential. I don't care how cute that ceramic pot without holes is, your succulent will die in it. When water can't escape, roots sit in moisture, rot sets in, and game over. Every single pot needs drainage holes. If you fall in love with a pot that doesn't have them, use it as a decorative cover pot. Keep your succulent in a smaller nursery pot with drainage inside it. You can also drill holes in ceramic or terracotta pots with a diamond drill bit if you're feeling handy. Trust me, this one tip will save you so many plants. Tip 3. The soil secret. Number 3. Regular potting soil is your enemy. Succulents need fast-draining soil that dries out quickly. Regular potting mix holds too much moisture for too long. You can buy pre-made succulent and cactus soil, but here's my pro tip. Even commercial succulent soil often isn't gritty enough. I mix in extra perlite or pumice at about a 1-to-1 ratio with the succulent soil. Your mix should be at least 50% inorganic material like perlite, pumice, or coarse sand. When you water, the soil should dry out within a few days, not stay damp for a week. If it's staying wet too long, add more grit. This is one of those secrets that makes a massive difference. Tip 4. Light requirements. Tip 4. Succulents need way more light than you think. That low light tolerant tag at the store? Marketing. Sure, they won't immediately die in low light, but they'll stretch, lose their color, and become weak and leggy. Most succulents need at least 4 to 6 hours of bright light daily. South or west-facing windows are your best friends indoors. If your succulent starts stretching toward the light, that's called etiolation. It's literally crying out for more brightness. Don't have good natural light? Invest in a grow light. A simple LED grow light can make the difference between sad, stretched plants and compact, colorful beauties. Your succulents will thank you. Tip 5. Acclimation to sunlight. Number 5, and this is huge, succulents can get sunburned. Even sun-loving varieties need to be acclimated gradually to intense direct sunlight. If you move a succulent from indoors straight into full outdoor sun, you'll see brown or white scorch marks within days. Instead, introduce them gradually. Start with an hour of morning sun, then increase by 30 minutes to an hour every few days over a couple of weeks. Morning sun is gentler than afternoon sun, so that's the best place to start. Think of it like getting a tan. You don't lie in the sun for 8 hours on day 1. Same concept. Tip 6. Temperature matters. Tip 6. Know your succulent's cold tolerance. Not all succulents are frost hardy. Most tender varieties like Echeveria and Crassula will die if exposed to freezing temperatures. If you're below 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, bring tender succulents indoors or provide frost protection. Some varieties like Sempervivum can handle snow, but they're the exception. Always research your specific variety's hardiness zone. A 5-minute Google search can save you from finding frozen mush in the morning. Tip 7. The repotting timeline. Number 7. Don't repot too often. Succulents actually like being slightly root-bound and don't need frequent repotting like other houseplants. Generally, repot every 2 to 3 years, or when the plant has clearly outgrown its container. When you do repot, wait 3 to 4 days before watering to let any damaged roots heal. This prevents rot from setting in through fresh wounds. It feels counterintuitive, but trust the process. Dry repotting is the way to go. Tip 8. Fertilizing wisely. Tip 8. Less is more with fertilizer. Succulents are adapted to poor soil conditions, so they don't need heavy feeding. During the growing season, spring and summer, fertilize once a month with a balanced fertilizer diluted to half the recommended strength. In fall and winter, don't fertilize at all. Over-fertilizing leads to weak, rapid growth that's more susceptible to pests and disease. Your succulents are slow growers by nature, and that's perfectly fine. Tip 9. Pest prevention. Number 9. Inspect your plants regularly for pests. Mealybugs, aphids, and spider mites love succulents, and they can spread like wildfire through a collection. Check where leaves meet stems, under leaves, and in tight rosettes. If you spot white cottony stuff, that's mealybugs. Act fast. Isolate the affected plant immediately and treat with rubbing alcohol on a cotton swab or spray with diluted neem oil or insecticidal soap. Prevention is easier than cure, so make it a habit to really look at your plants every time you water. Early detection is everything. Tip 10. Air circulation. Tip 10. Air circulation prevents disease. Stagnant air creates the perfect environment for fungal issues and pests. If you're growing indoors, a small fan running for a few hours daily makes a huge difference. This is especially important if you have multiple succulents grouped together. Good airflow helps soil dry faster, strengthens stems, and keeps fungus gnats away. Outdoor plants naturally get this benefit from breezes, but indoor collections need a little help. A basic oscillating fan is all you need. Tip 11. Seasonal dormancy. Number 11. Respect dormancy periods. Many succulents have natural growing and dormant seasons. Summer growers like Echeveria slow down in winter, while winter growers like Aeonium rest in summer. During dormancy, reduce watering significantly and skip fertilizer completely. Your plant isn't dead. It's resting. Trying to push growth during dormancy with extra water and fertilizer will stress the plant and can cause rot. Work with your plant's natural rhythm, not against it. Tip 12. Propagation Basics. Tip 12. Learn to propagate. It's easier than you think and incredibly rewarding. Most succulents can be propagated from leaves or stem cuttings. For leaf propagation, gently twist a healthy leaf off. You need the entire leaf with the base intact. Let it callus over for 2 to 3 days, then lay it on dry succulent soil. Don't water until you see roots. For stem cuttings, let them callus for about a week before planting. Propagation is free plants. It's a backup if something goes wrong, and it's genuinely fun. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be propagating everything. Tip 13. The biggest killer. Tip 13. This is the big one. The number one succulent killer is overwatering during dormancy or cool weather. When temperatures drop and growth slows, your plant needs way less water, but many beginners keep the same watering schedule year-round. Cold plus wet equals rot. It's that simple. In winter, your succulent might only need water once a month or even less. Feel the leaves. If they're firm, don't water. Only water when you see clear signs of thirst like wrinkled leaves or weight loss in the pot. I cannot stress this enough. Seasonal watering adjustments will revolutionize your succulent care. This one change saved my collection. Tip 14. Quarantine new plants. Number 14. Always quarantine new plants. That cute succulent from the garden center could be harboring pests or disease that will spread to your entire collection. Keep new additions separate for at least 2 weeks. Inspect them thoroughly. Treat preventatively if you want to be extra safe, and only introduce them to your main collection once you're confident they're healthy. It's a simple step that can save you months of pest battles. Tip 15, patience and observation. And finally, tip 15, be patient and learn to observe. Succulents are slow growers, and that's normal. Don't expect rapid changes week to week. Success comes from watching your plants closely, learning their individual needs, and adjusting your care accordingly. Every environment is different. Humidity, temperature, light levels all vary. What works for someone in California might not work in New York. Trust your plants to tell you what they need. Wrinkled leaves, more water, soft, mushy leaves, less water and check for rot. Stretching, more light. You'll make mistakes, we all do. But each one teaches you something. Before you know it, you'll have that green thumb everyone talks about. And there you have it. 15 essential succulent care tips that will transform you from a serial succulent killer to a confident plant parent. If this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more plant care content. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your biggest succulent struggle? I read every comment and love helping you troubleshoot. Remember, the difference between succulent failure and success isn't a green thumb. It's just knowing these key secrets. Now you know them too. Happy growing, and I'll see you in the next video on 18 gorgeous houseplants that thrive without sunlight.